So not too long ago, I decided to pick up my first 3D printer. And the one thing I will tell you is this thing is excellent. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. This is the first video of this series of me learning 3D printing. I'm super excited to introduce you guys to something that is completely new in my world and in the printer world. This is my first 3D printer, the BambuLab A1 Mini. And in this video, I'm gonna go into unboxing it, setting it up, and telling you what I think about being a first-time 3D printer. I'm 45 years old. Luckily for me, I've always been into tech, so it doesn't take me too terribly long to learn things. One of the benefits of this A1 Mini and all of the BambuLab series, from what I've been told and read, it takes about 15 minutes from start to unboxing, basically unboxing to starting your first print within 15 minutes. And that is really amazing. It's mostly assembled when you get it. When you pull it out, there's a few parts that you have to unlock, one of the axes, so this thing isn't slapping around during shipping. But other than that, for this particular model, there wasn't really much else I needed to do besides plug it in, load up the filament, and select my first print. All right, let's get started with the unboxing. Inside the box, you've got the printer itself. They give you a very small spool of filament. It's not even a spool, it's maybe about 10 yards or so. You get some basic hand tools and you get the manual as well. So my first impressions with this thing, I'm very, very blown away by this technology. This thing is super compact. It's very sleek in the design, and it's not intimidating at all, which is very good for beginners like myself. I've been looking to get into this now for about 5 years. These printers are very beginner friendly, and you need to know no CAD design to create this. One thing I will say about learning some simple CAD is it's not that difficult. I started in Fusion 360. I found a video online, and I was able to take down the resources from that video. And out of the video, the most important things that I learned was there's about 6 or 7 commands that you're gonna use constantly. And those are the only commands I need as of right now, which is really cool. So here's a couple of things I'd like to give a quick gander at. I've done a few prints on this so far. This was my first CAD design. So I basically drew this in Affinity Designer. First, I started with a sketch on a piece of paper. Then I put it into Procreate first, actually. Then I put it into Affinity so I can get the grids on an isometric grid and make sure my lines were exact. Then I put that into Fusion 360 and I was able to, create the elevation, so extrude the product or the picture upwards, and then put that into Bambu Studio. And think about this, that took me about a month to figure out. I probably could have figured it out a lot sooner if I spent time on it, more time. But I basically learned this in, a very short amount of time on my side time. I think I said time enough.
You never wanted a time heist? You weren't on board with the time heist? I dropped the ball. You ruined the time heist.
Is that what I did?
Yeah.
So the best part about the BambuLabs, in my opinion, is it comes with BambuLab Studio, where you're gonna bring your 3D designs into before you hit print. But also BambuLabs has this thing called Maker World, where it's very similar to these other sites online, where you can grab 3D print files free of charge. Some of them are paid, some of them are licensed, but there's a huge, huge amount, thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of designs that you can choose for free and download those and put them into the software and hit print. It's that simple. Setting up the BambuLab A1 was actually pretty straightforward. The manual walks you through every single step by step, with the printer is mostly assembled like I mentioned. It's a short little pamphlet, about 6 or 7 or so pages, and you're ready to go. Loading the filament was a breeze. What I really like about this design is that it's very good for first-time users. You don't need to have a huge 3D background to get this thing up and running. And also, there's 2 different versions. This is the A1 Mini with the AMS Lite. This is the 4 print spool selection. You can get this without it or with it. When you don't have this setup, you'll only have one tube coming out of here. So keep that in mind when you do look into this product. If you're looking to order it, I would definitely look into just getting this right away. This way you don't have to worry about adding it down the road. You'll see the difference between the one with one spool will have one tube, and this, it won't be feeding into this system here. Again, my opinion, I would suggest just getting it because you're gonna wanna print different color items. Number one, yeah, you can just swap the spools, but if you want an item that's multiple colored, then you're gonna wanna have this, and it's gonna save a ton of time. You can literally hit print on a 10-hour print and leave for the day. Go to work, do whatever you wanna do, come back, and the print will be done. And there's an app, so you'll get notified when it's finished. Cool, so let's get into the fun part. Let's print the first object. Here's one thing I'm gonna actually show you right here on film. This microphone holder for the DJI mic is 3D printed. So this is a 3D printed mic right here. This took me, I don't know, maybe an hour to make, and I inserted that little brass fitting so I can then put this onto a tripod, and I'll show you that. Really, really cool. And this is useful for any kind of audio recording that you're looking to do. This will definitely come in handy. And it took, I think, maybe 57 grams worth of filament, so it didn't blow through a ton of filament to create. And that's it. Now I can put this on a desk, and it can stand on a desk. It's almost like you can boom mic this if you want. You can connect this to a pole and have it over your head, and you can actually use this as boom mic. You're still gonna get solid audio. I can see my audio levels here, and they're perfect. So again, this is just one of those things where it's so easy to use. It is so easy to use, and you won't even have to think about the process, and that is very good for beginners. Learning the CAD is something that I want to do because there's a couple of products that I want to bring to the market that I know now that I can create some models of and then work from those models and take it from there. But at the end of the day, you can get this and you can print all sorts of stuff for any holiday, any birthday. I mean, it's really unique what you can create with this thing. So if you're interested in learning more about 3D printing, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get notified for every video. I'm super new, so you can literally come along with me on this journey. It's really, really cool. And if you've been on the fence thinking about purchasing one of these, I would suggest just pick it up and start printing because you're gonna really enjoy the process. And if you're looking to create your own things out of a product that's very, very strong for its weight, this thing is definitely the choice of what you're gonna be looking to do. Throw it in the comments what kind of printer you guys have already, and throw it in the comments if you're thinking about purchasing a printer, and maybe somebody who can comment back who has a lot more experience than myself, they can guide you to the right choice. This one, for the inexpensive cost of what this costs, this was the lowest one on the market, the lowest price one, and it has so many features. It has the exact same features as its bigger, way more expensive brothers in their lineup of BambuLab printers. So that's it for this first video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions about the printer, throw it in the comments. I'd love to answer it. I've been with this thing just about a month now, and I'm getting really used to using it. I've had to clear one filament snag once, and that was only due to the AMS being too far away. And that was like the other day when I moved this away from the window. I didn't want it to, that we had a hurricane warning, and I didn't want this window to blow in and have all of my electronics. I basically moved everything electronic I could away from the windows. So that's it. Thanks for tuning in, and look forward to the next video where I CAD design a different logo, the same logo, but I'm gonna make this a cube, and I'm gonna add all the letters on each side of the cube, top and bottom. So you're gonna wanna check that out. It's gonna be really cool. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day, and I will see you on the next video.